Well, this girl's gonna need some help. Here she. Sometimes I lose track of what I videoed and what I haven't. I think the last video I made was setting up the lambing pens, getting those ready for the lambs, and maybe cutting up a limb on a tree. I didn't get some of the things videoed I aimed to, just there was things came up that kept me distracted, I guess. Well, since then, one day we had a little bit of snow, probably wasn't quite an inch. It lasted maybe a day and it melted away. The weather turned a little bit warmer. Yesterday, it was close to 60 degrees, and then it started raining, and it rained, and it rained, and it rained, and we got a flood. And when I say that, I mean a flood. Yes, it did get up in my barn. The sheep are standing out there right now, don't want to cross over where some water's running down through here. You can understand now why I don't put the bedding in here until I'm actually ready to put the sheep in. When I've got lambs that need to go in here, then I'll put the bedding in. You never know when you're just going to get that unexpected flood. It takes a lot of rain to get in here, but it's done it more than once. So I'm always aware that it could happen. We got several inches of rain yesterday. As bad as it got here, we fared a lot better than some other people, and I thank the Lord for that. But then, well, let me tell you how the weather went yesterday. It was about 60 degrees. It started raining. It rained a bunch. There were severe thunderstorm warnings. There were tornado warnings. And then woke up this morning to about 3 inches of snow. It's probably already melted some, but as you can see, there's quite a bit of snow there. The girls are sitting out there. They don't want to cross that little bit of a ditch. There's still some water running down through there. They don't want to cross that to come up here to their grain. I've already taken them some hay out there, and when I checked on them last night, I noticed there was one of them limping a little bit. It's a different one than was limping the last video. I suspect she's just like that one, has some mud or something between her toes, but she's laying out there by herself. And so I think I need to go out there and check her. In one way, I hope she's easy to catch and make it easier to take care of her foot. In the other way, I hope that she feels good enough she wants to get up and run away from me. So we'll see how it goes. Depending on how much moving around she does, I don't know that I'll get it on video, but I'll try. So these are just kind of hanging out. They'd like to get over there to some grain, but they don't figure it's worth walking in that water, I guess. So I'm going to go up here and check on this one. It's laying by herself. Just make sure she's okay. I've been watching this ewe for a little while. She's chewing her cud. That's a good thing. When I came out this morning and gave them some hay, she was not laying there. So she hasn't been there terribly long. But like I said, I suspect she's got a sore foot, and that's why she's not getting up and moving around. What I don't want is for her foot to be sore enough she won't get up and eat like she should, being this close to lambing, and then she get malnourished. That is never a good thing. So let's see what we can do with her. Easy, girl, easy. No, oh, stay with me, stay with me. A little bit more, girl. Just a little more. Any better? No, it really isn't. She acts like it might be a little more in her ankle than her foot. Some of this slick weather, she might have slipped and hurt her ankle a little bit, but she did get up and move around, and I would say it won't be, might just be a couple of days. She'll be coming in the barn for lambs anyway. Phew, that wind's cold. Well, for right now, we're just gonna keep a close eye on her and see how she does for the rest of the day into tomorrow. Sometimes that's about all you can do. Once their foot gets kind of sore, clean it up, trim it up, try to make sure everything's okay. She did have some hay and stuff stuck between her toes, and that might have been making it a little sore in there. Hopefully, giving her a few hours, she'll be better. Well, I'll come back by here and look at that ewe that I just worked on her foot. I know it's still sore, but she's actually standing with equal weight on both front legs, and she wouldn't do that before. She wouldn't hardly put any weight on the right front leg. So that's encouraging. She will get up, she will move around, she'll put some weight on it now. She was chewing her cud when I first came up here, so she's been getting plenty to eat. I'll keep a check on you, girl. Well, it's another day. Let's go out here and see if we got any lambs this morning. Well, I don't see any lambs yet. Well, another day, checking ewes. We're gonna get started one of these days. Well, I'll be darned. Looks like we got started. We got 2 lambs and 2 ewes. One of them has obviously had lambs. $17.05. I think you're trying to steal them. Let's get these lambs in here out of the wind. Oh yeah, that one got latched on. That's a good sign there. Oop, you lost it there, girl. Ah, now you got it. Mama's hungry. That other ew's not happy. And I took away what she thinks are her lambs. Oh, looky there, we got them both. Can't say 100% that one's latched on, but she's in the right spot. This little spotted one is drinking it down. This can be some of the hardest part. So to me, some of the most stressful part of lambing is when these lambs are new. It's their first time nursing. They're hunting for that udder, for that teat to get latched onto, and they're right there. They're all around it, and you so much want them to get a hold of it, and you really want to get in there and help. But I have found that as long as the ewe is being a good mother, the lambs are trying. Sometimes the best thing you can do is go to the house and get a cup of coffee. I'm not going to do that right now, but it would probably be the best thing. Good job, Mama. This is a 2-year-old ewe, well, 3-year-old. She was born in 22, so I guess this would be her 3rd lambing. I usually let them lamb when they're a year old. Let's get you some hay and a better feeder and get you a drink of water, girl. Get you some water. Get you a drink first. Now that we've got everybody settled in, the lambs have nursed, they're out of the wind, they're dry, everybody's good, the ewes fed and watered. Now it's time to start my records. Now I start out with a booklet from the State Sheep Association, Kentucky Sheep and Wool Producers Association. This is also the same book used by the State Goat Association. It's a really good, handy pocket-sized book to keep at the barn. You simply put in the ewe's ID number. This is for the ram ID. At this point, I don't know, because I have to go back and look at my other records to see who the ram was. I put in the date they were born. I put in their sex. I put in the lamb's ID and their birth weight. And then this has got a spot for weaning weight, but I don't use that in this book. So just who the mother is, the date they were born, the sex, and their birth weight. And then I'll denote out here to the side whether they're a single, twin, triplet, or what they are. I can use this spot over here for weaning weights, since I'm not going to use that later on, to put any other kind of notes that I might have. If something happens to one of them, or if I graft one over to another ewe, things like that. It's a really good place to start. I will make a recommendation if you're going to use any kind of paper records at the barn. At least once a day, as you update this thing, get your phone out, take a picture of it, so when one of the ewes gets a hold of it and eats it, or it falls in a water bucket or something like that, you still got a record of what you had. And with that, let's get these lambs out here, get them weighed, get their navels iodined. We're going to start out by just saying, let's see, this is ewe 2228, date, got twins, pretty sure they're both ewes. I think I looked a while ago. And they're going to be 2501 and 2502. And I'm going to put a little note on there, because one of those lambs has a lot of spots on it. So I'll just note which one is which. Which one's number one, which one's number two. That way when I get ready to tag them here in a little bit, I'll be able to denote that. All right. I kind of hate to bother you girls while you're eating. Well, here, you're going to come over here to me, aren't you? First thing we're going to do, dip that navel. Put you in your little cradle. Get the scale working. I like 9-pound lambs. Let's see what these are. 7.96. A little bit light. That's still not bad. 8-pound lamb isn't bad. Weight 7.96. Are you going to come over here where I can get a hold of you? 9.13. That's not bad. Well, girl, you got me off to a good start this year. Well, it's been about 2 hours since I brought these lambs in. This one's taking a nap. And that one over there is just eating up storm. You saw when I went out to get those lambs, there were 2 ewes trying to claim them. The second ewe, I just kept her up here at the barn. She's still whining. Well, I was going to video bringing her in the barn. I opened the door up and she came right in on her own. let's keep her in here. Just keep her in here out of the weather. Let her go with these lambs. So the water bag has passed, and I'm gonna give her probably 30 minutes anyway, and just kind of let her progress naturally, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we'll just stand here and watch her have a set of twins. Well, this girl's gonna need some help. When I put these OB gloves on, I like to put I use nitrile gloves over the top. Gives me a little extra protection, but it also pulls that down on my hand. I can actually grip stuff. I can feel better. To me, it just works better like that. Then we put some lube on here, make things a little more comfortable for her. Looking real good. We got her nose hanging out there with a tongue sticking out. So what I'm going to try to do is push that lamb back in. And let me help you, girl. Let me help you. Let me find a leg. It'll be hard to get him out with his head first. Yeah, let's ease him back in there. Ease him back in there. I'm trying, girl. Get him in there and find that leg. I know, you want him out. I want him out. He wants out. There's a foot. There's a leg. Let's get it up here. Let's get that leg up here. Right now I'm just kind of hoping this leg goes with this lamb. Where is the end of that leg? Alright, there's one. There, we got one. Yeah, try to double check, make sure it actually goes to that lamb. I think it does. Where's the other one? Now I'm going to find the end of that and try to cup that hoof in my hand. There we go. I think we got it, girl. I think we got it. One leg, is the other one still there? Or do you pull it back? We got two legs. Oop, oop, let me have it, bud. Let me have it. Pull it back. No, don't get up. Don't get up. Stay here. Stay here. No, stay here. Ah. Now I got one leg. I'm gonna put a string around that leg so I don't lose it. There we go. There we go. Where's the head? The head turned back. Where's the head? Got the legs. The head should be there. Where is that head? No, just stay down. Stay down. Let's see if we can get this figured out. This is probably about as bad as it gets when that head gets back. Come on, little one. Let me have that head. Let me push. Let me push, girl. Get that nose out here. A big lamb, girl. You need a head. Well, sadly, that did not go well. I think I caught it on camera. The lamb just had its nose sticking out. I could tell it was a big lamb. And coming head first with legs back, you just can't hardly have it that way, at least one that big. So I managed to push the head back in gently, found the legs, got the front legs out, and then the head went back. And I think that's about as bad a presentation as you can have, especially for a big lamb. It took me almost 2 hours of manipulating, trying to get the lamb pushed back in enough I could get my hand around the head and find enough room in there to get the head flipped around to where it ought to be. Finally, once I got everything where it should be, the lamb came out fairly easy. I'm exhausted, she's exhausted, and the lamb didn't make it. Guess that's just part of it. I hate it, but it's part of it. Now, I will say too, since I did have to go in the ewe, particularly that much, that long, that often, I have given her some antibiotics. I also had a little bit of pain medicine. I've given her some pain medicine, and she is just, well, she is exhausted. So I'm gonna let her rest up a little bit. I'm gonna go rest up a little bit, and I'll check on her in a little bit and see that she is maybe getting up. I've got some water, hay in here for her. She's protected out of the elements. That's probably the best I can do for her. And bad situation, but it happens. I'm sure she still doesn't feel very good, but we'll keep her up here, make sure she doesn't have to fight the weather and everything too. Meantime, on a happier note, these little ones are doing good.